Kaguya Sama is looking to be a top contender for the seasonal surprise title. I'm just so caught off guard at how much fun I'm having with this anime. If we had a way of measuring laughs, it'd probably be like 200 laughs per minute. Okay, maybe it's not that crazy, but still, I'm very impressed. Romance animes have a very special place in my heart. It's actually how I got into anime. So when I first saw the premise of Kaguya Sama, it piqued my interest. Normally with romance animes, you're always looking for the big confession, whether it's from the characters finally getting over their fears or shyness, or them finally being honest with their feelings. But in Kaguya Sama, they literally cannot confess, and not because of some outside interference, forbidden love kind of scenario, but instead because of their pride. Because the first one to express the romantic interest in the other is a chump. So that's the premise. The anime revolves around the two main characters, Kaguya Shinomiya, the vice president who's absolutely loaded. I mean, she's got like a net worth of like 200 trillion yen, practically owns the whole country, and is super talented. The student council president is Miyuki Shirogane, who's no slouch himself. He's pretty much the best and smartest student of Shuchin Academy, so he's a hotshot in his own right. Then you have Chika Fujiwara, who's the secretary. Unfortunately, we don't know too much about her, which is sad, because at times she absolutely steals the show. Move aside, Kaguya. The structure of the anime is scenario-based, and I'm not sure if that's the right term, but it's similar to Takagi San, where you have several short stories within the episode. And like Takagi San, you got a guy and a girl who try their best to one-up each other in mind games and deception. But instead of the guy just getting steamrolled every time, Miyuki and Kaguya both have their fair shares of wins and losses. But sometimes their battle might even be ruined thanks to Chika just being a wild card and being oblivious of their scheming. At times, one of them even uses Chika to just basically throw some chaos into the whole equation. So the charm of this anime comes from them trying to make the other confess their love. But it's not that simple because they're too proud and waiting for the other to change for them. So for Miyuki, he wants to see Kaguya finally bringing her walls down and shyly confessing to him. Sorry, but that's not gonna happen. And Kaguya wants him to get on his knees, offer his freaking body and soul, and then maybe she'll consider training a commoner like him into someone fit to date her. I mean, this is the clash of egos. Their battles range from something simple as making him stop her from going on a date, all the way to some 4D chess, like using a vacation location to trigger some primal instinct for them to confess their love. But they need to fight in a roundabout way that won't result in them confessing, and this usually ends up confusing Chika, who reads the entire situation wrong. Bless her heart, man, because every day at school is probably like whoosh for her, you know? It's like these two are practically speaking another language. In each face-off or battle, it feels like it can go either way. It's not like one person is hopelessly incompetent or keep losing, but then again, there's nothing wrong with that because I enjoy Takagi San. But this one keeps you guessing. A great example is in Kaguya Wants to Be Figured Out, where they play the 20 questions game where Miyuki tries to figure out what Kaguya is thinking. After going through several questions that ends up pointing to someone or something that she likes and is alive, we're led to believe that the answer was him. So when he guesses that it was a dog, I was like, wait, what? But then I realized that they did talk about Chika walking her dog right before this, and if Kaguya did write down Miyuki's name, then in a way, she would be confessing. But if she misled him to guess his name, boom, she got him. And that's why she looked so disappointed when he got the answer correct. Real sneaky. But it's not always a battle between the two. In the final story of episode 3, that was actually one of my favorites because it was a simple character building story where Kaguya finally gets a chance to walk to school with a friend, like a regular student, instead of being chauffeured by her butler. On her walk to school, she ends up helping a small girl cross a sidewalk. The girl was super torn up about not being able to walk with her friend and kept crying, but right as Kaguya was about to judge her, she remembers she was never able to walk with someone, so she can understand and empathize with being lonely. Eventually the issue is sorted out, but now Kaguya is late and I'm pretty sure that her parents would never ever let her walk to school again. But then, out of nowhere, Miyuki shows up on his bike and offers her a ride. The two have a peaceful and maybe close moment on the bike together, which is a nice thing. Constantly engaging in mind battles is pretty exhausting on them, and this was like the anime taking a breath. And then right after that, we dive into an ocean of cuteness. Seriously, Love Live is great and all that, but this just game over, man. This just blows everything away. This is a great segue to talk about the visuals. I love Kaguya's design because he easily shifts from cold and calculating to shy and graceful. I mean, Chika's great too. Here's Pink, that's a plus. But anyways, the animation. There's a lot of dramatic camera movements aided by the use of CGI. I mean, this is all thanks to the relatively simple character design. And in the second ending, it looks like they either rotoscoped someone dancing, or that animator is freaking god, because that was beautiful. There's just so much detail in the movements. So, should you give Kaguya Sama a try? Sure, why not? Give it like a few episodes and see if you do like it. I was having a blast every minute. And if you do give it a shot, maybe you'll like it as much as I did. The potential downsides are I can see it being kind of repetitive, especially if they don't change things up. But with how episode 3 went, there's a good chance they will manage to live up to my expectations. So, if you're still watching, consider hitting the like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel out. And as always, thank you for watching, take care, and I will see you in the next video.
森おかえり。